Alright guys, Kremp again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Scrims continuing to go down over the last couple of days, and iLLeY spotted potentially with a return. Not to Scrims, but to a tournament that went down last night. iLLeY may have been spotted in this one. Is he targeting a CDL return? If teams look to make changes very shortly into the season, how high up the list would iLLeY be in terms of a candidate, given the fact that we know he's not been able to successfully complete a season over the last couple of years, but still has mega name value? And if Hook, for example, is right on the mix of potentially getting picked up, if changes are made, iLLeY may not be too far behind. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, Scump's playing in some tourneys as well. On the 20th, we got a off-the-grid invitational tournament. Now, it seems Scump can play this one because, of course, you know, off-the-grid, I guess, is a game that isn't Call of Duty. So we heard the other day when Scump said that he actually can't even play in any of these tournaments, presumably because Activision aren't allowing him to play for any sort of money that they're putting on the table with this whole lawsuit drama. So yeah, that's still a story that's not going to go away anytime soon. We also have this, the 10k Symphony Invitational. So Shroud and Havoc, Summit and Crimsig, Symphony, Hisoka, it's Timmy and Octane. So it's cool to see Octane playing in this one as well. And we do have, as this one happened yesterday, I believe, the Legion iLLeY team. Now, iLLeY's team eventually got bounced out of this one. I think maybe by Havoc's roster. I kind of forget exactly who they went down to. But yes, iLLeY was playing in this tournament yesterday, which is a big notable development, I guess, in the league, because we know that iLLeY has been making the point lately, favorite if I should come back. He obviously tweeted a while ago, free agent for the new season. That then got deleted because for whatever reason it wasn't really working out. Now, the situation with iLLeY, we just don't know. Of course, we can speculate what's happened behind the scenes over the last several months. Certainly, Major 1 was, you know, a major talking point for multiple reasons. Then he was off Surge. Then I think it was Shotzzy said on stream over the last couple of weeks that, yeah, I wish the best for iLLeY, but it's not really looking great in terms of his return right now, and there's other things that are happening that is preventing iLLeY from coming back. But we know that he's one of the biggest grinders the game's ever seen. I mean, the guy won the World Championship online in 2020, put $300,000 in his bank account, and then 2 hours later he was looking for chow. So, like, this guy was completely built different, and still is, but it's just we haven't really seen that right. The OpTic days, of course, the Surge days recently, it's not exactly gone to plan. So people want the best for iLLeY for sure, because such an excited, talented player. And like I say this often when we talk about iLLeY, but he was probably the most hyped prospect in the history of Call of Duty. If you guys weren't around in, 2017, 2018, that was when Simp and iLLeY and Cellium and these type of guys are making their name. iLLeY even slightly earlier than that. But Simp in Black Ops 3, for example, was mega hyped. But iLLeY was more hyped. Like, iLLeY was the absolute reaper in Search and Destroy tournaments. And when Simp came into the league and did what he did, people were like, oh my god, iLLeY's going to be like absolutely insane. And iLLeY came into the league and won the World Championship in his first year. He was never quite the player that Simp was in terms of actually what he was doing for a team, especially when Respawn came into play. But nonetheless, iLLeY, given what Simp had done and Cellium and aBeZy and these other guys had done in their kind of junior career, as it were, iLLeY was so hyped. And it's just still feels to me that he's not quite lived up to those expectations. Or maybe not, like, well, certainly expectations on some level, but also potential, I think, is the other one. So I hope that he gets more opportunities if he can get everything outside of the game where it needs to be. So yeah, Legion streams this. I'm not sure if the past broadcast is available, but he did play this tournament. They eventually went down, but yeah, it was cool to see iLLeY back in business again to some degree. Whether he's going to go further on this one, whether he's going to start to play more tournaments, hopefully he does, gets back in some 8s lobbies and stuff like this, and then we can start to see iLLeY maybe make a name for himself again to get back into the league. Because I still think iLLeY has enough name value that he wouldn't necessarily have to grind challenges, although he might. He's kind of at that borderline point where if he doesn't grind challenges and do well, maybe it's doubtful that a team comes along and gives him an opportunity easily, but we know the situation that Hook is in is no doubt rather similar. But let's talk about some scrims that went down. We also had this yesterday. So Huskers, Symphony, Teep and Aiden decided, you know what, let's scrim the FaZe boys on a Skyline hardpoint. And yeah, this is what can and does happen when an incompetent team that doesn't really know what they're doing on the map goes against a competent team. They get absolutely farmed. So yeah, 250 to 33. Not actually as bad, of course, as what happened at the OpTic Legacy match. OpTic versus old OpTic, right? Or new OpTic versus old OpTic, as it were. But let's look through a couple of screenshots here from the OpTic versus Miami series that happened yesterday. So, look, Priestahh was having a bit of fun. Here he is with Royale, taking him hostage over by the jacuzzi. And, look, we know what Priestahh likes to do with these hostage-taking situations. Of course, eventually gets the dub on Royale and finishes the job. But, yeah, so this is another example here as well with the knife in hand. It was an interesting series. As we know, OpTic just went to the most recent case and tournament. They came in second place at Los Angeles Thieves. They're looking good. Of course, they've also been talking quite a lot as well about the fact that they haven't really been practicing maybe quite as long as some of these other teams potentially have. So, you know, that's something that they should keep in mind as well, that maybe Miami is slightly better practice. It would have been very interesting to see had there been other teams at that invitational tournament the other day. So they're still having some fun. I mean, it's not like they're going absolute balls to the wall, sweating it out for the World Championship, but obviously they're trying to learn early days here. Map 1 was Protocol, 250, 235. Great map here from Dashy as ever. I honestly think that Dashy on this map might be like one of the most deadly combinations in the game. Like, it's just so well suited for his style. They win this one 250, 235. Game 2 was on the rewind. OpTic won this one 250, 163. Another great map here from Dashy. Good one from Priestahh and Kenny as well. Can't really see what's going on quite on the other side, unfortunately, but it is interesting to note anyway. So yeah, Dashy, another great map from him, 33 and 23. Definitely a real player to watch this season, Dashy, as he always is, but for good reason on this one. This, though, OpTic lost the Skyline, 250, 212. They go down in the ends. The Vault was then another good one for Miami, tying up the series at 2-2. Dashy again, 37 and 30. Shotzzy, negative 21 and 35 on this one's a pretty rough map by his standards in this entire scrim set, really. And then the final map they played was this one on the red card, where it was a 250, 195 to the Miami boys. Now, to be fair, Miami outslayed so hard on this map and didn't win by much, which potentially is a good sign for OpTic that, you know, we saw this last year from them, where their teamwork could be pretty good and they could get outslayed and still keep it competitive. I mean, when Kenny's going negative 13, Dashy's going negative, 17? So that's negative 30 already. Shotzi's negative 7, so that's negative 37. And okay, Priestahh was plus 9. But getting outslayed by 28 kills and losing by about 50 is still pretty impressive on some level. And it's not like Dashy is going to go 22 and 39 or Kenny's going to go 16 and 27 very often. So, yeah, just interesting to note, really. Early days, of course, as always here in the scrims, but OpTic go down to that set 3-2 to the Miami Heretics. Pretty impressive from Miami. There was also this as well, SGP versus the Ravens. We know that it's been Slasher making his thoughts quite clear publicly recently anyway as to how, yeah, maybe the game isn't best suited for AR players right now, and we're seeing iLLeY, Fame, Exceed and DiamondCon doing pretty damn well. So I'd be fascinated to be a fly on the wall in many of these camps as they start to really ramp up their preparation for the new season to see how things are going, how are the scrims, how is the coach interacting with the players, is the team environment great, or is there something that needs to be figured out there? Because I think the Ravens would hope to have started at least scrims a little bit better. They lose the Vaults, they lose the Skyline, they lose the Rewind, all relatively comfortably. The only map they won, Ravens, was this one on the Protocol, where they won at 250, 247 in an absolute grueler. So, yeah, impressive from the SGP Syndicate squad, but still, I'm sure Ravens will be thinking, okay, we've got a bit of work to do here, and that's probably fine. I mean, the game obviously doesn't start for a couple of weeks, but you want to start the season early. This is what happened with Ravens last year. They, of course, had a different team, but it was still Gwinn, and, well, TJ wasn't even there initially. They brought him in afterwards, but we know that that Ravens team last year, they started so poorly that it compromised their World Championship qualification, right? Like, had they started the year the way they finished it, certainly the way the middle of the year went, they would have qualified for champs, but they had such a bad Major 1 when Royale was kind of there and sometimes he wasn't, right? Well, at least they were trying to get Royale, then the visa didn't work and they had to get TJ instead, and then they brought in, of course, well, GodRx was eventually gone, Fellow came in. So, yeah, without that difficult start, they'd have been in a much better spot. So I think that's one thing that Ravens have to avoid, is that, you know, they can't afford afford to lose a load of points at the start of the season again, as happened last time around. Funny clip here as well from Scrappy where he was talking about the easiest kill in the league. We saw who was it, well, HyDra was asked about this the other day and said Geo, hands down, Geo is always going to be Geo. But look, the Falcons guys, they are having a difficult time right now because they are, I believe, still as of recording, still not stuck maybe, but I imagine there's visa or facility related reasons why they're struggling to figure things out, but they're still in Saudi for now, and their practice quality isn't going to be great. So yeah, as Scrap says, yeah, the Falcons boys are going to have a hard time. They probably are going to be the easiest kills in the league. We'll see if they can surprise when they get into the league.
I'm gonna ape that guy for you, man. It's not stage. What the fuck is that hill? What is he doing? Nice, good cut, Nero, 0.6, poison. Close left, Nero, poison. Only gets kills online. I'll chop my nuts off if SR kills me out then. Someone of the team's aping me. It's Geo, you're so shit. Fucking hell. Have you seen his fucking beard? Have you seen Geo's beard, anyone? Fucking shave that shit off his head. I'm in you. One more. Mid-map, Geo. Fuck. Shave his fucking shitty ass goatee off. One shot! If he kills me like that, Elena, I'll fucking chop my cock off. He's walking through my bullets. On the hedge, dude. Guy's playing his life like he's fucking won something. Behind me! Nero 0.6 poison. I'm stunned. I'm dead. I just get fucking tacticaled by Nero fucking Alstay.
Yeah, go in there, don't want to kill him. Yo, blue.
He's outside Zig. He's at glass. At glass.
You're just Kremp, boys. We're good.
I think we're fine.
I'm behind one. I'm gonna assassinate him. Leave.
He's a beast.
Oh, he's on time? What the hell, man?
I got him. Hold on.
You're gonna be mid-glass. Yo, deep left street, flanking blue.
Mid-AG. Pushing out. He's back bed. Like deep umbrella. Oh, he's taking a
One shot's in on top.
I'm fucking real right now.
Tough cat, dude. Tough cat.
I'm pinching cat.
Fucking real on the off top real quick. Hold up.
Outer Paul.
There's settle.
One shot left side.
Easiest kill in the league?
Kill in the league. Other than Envoy. His words, not mine.
I'm trying to think. I gotta say someone on the Falcons, no?
Have you played against them?
Jesus.
They're scrimming right now on
But
like
they gotta
90 ping when they're playing UK guys.
Nah, they gotta be getting shit on the.
You saw them in EWC.
Yes.
Some of them, they're not bad.
Nah, some of them aren't bad. There's gotta be like 2 of them though, that are just iffy.
Whoa, hold up.
I was pretty impressed by them really at the World Cup, but of course that was a home event, if you want to call it that. Maybe it's going to be a different story when the league gets underway. Just one final thing I thought was kind of funny. So Drazah was trying to run I think he was trying to do a 72-hour fast. I'm not exactly sure why. Often it's something where if you've got like health difficulties or you want to just go for a factory reset, you just do a long fast. Worth having medical supervision when you attempt something like this, and I'm not really an expert at all, but Drazah was trying to run a 3-day fast basically, and after a day and a half it was a big challenge, and understandably so. So he broke at 39 hours 15 minutes. This though was the funny bit. So Drazah got halfway through his 36 hours, and then he says, I just can't do it anymore, like I'm just craving food, too bad, I'm gonna die basically if I don't eat right now. And Dashy hits him with this in the replies, and I think the side to this, Drazah just lost it immediately. So glad he's all okay and well, but very much enjoyed your thoughts on all this stuff in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.